All right. Well, today I wanted to talk about my thoughts on the T app for women and why it's great for women and generally really bad news for men. It's an app that basically allows women to ask other women on the app about their experiences with a certain guy before they meet up with a guy for a date. On the surface, this is good in a lot of ways. It protects women from guys who could be serial rapists, women abusers, just really sketchy men with just bad intentions. But on the flip side, there are just so many reasons why it can become problematic and really a death sentence for a lot of men. So I actually didn't even know about the T app until this girl. I had done a video chat with this girl about a year and a half ago that I actually was legitimately interested in at the time. And my car had actually legitimately broken down when I was, not too far from my apartment complex when I was on the way to meet her. And like, she didn't take it well, but she had texted me out of the blue saying, "Remember that one time you canceled our date because your car broke down? Someone online is posting about you, asking for tea. I'm going to tell them that you're flaky as fuck." And I was like really taken back by this because, like I said, we had a good video chat. I thought she was very attractive. She seemed like a really cool person, but turned out she was like very vindictive that I missed that date because I had car problems. And she was like, plus getting posted is a bad look. It literally ruins people, FYI. When I saw this, I was like, damn, like I'm in Europe, like I'm away from the US dating market. Like I'm in a relationship. Like it's crazy because I've been in a relationship for almost a year now, but from August, I was in a relationship for 9 months. Like I was out of the dating pool. I wasn't, on dating apps. I wasn't like, texting random girls. I wasn't really like answering DMs on Instagram. So I was out of the dating app for a while. I was out of the dating pool for a while and I was getting this and I'm like, wow, like I can't imagine what was being posted about me when I was actually dating. I don't know when T came out, but it's just crazy. Like it's crazy that a girl that you talked to an hour and a half, a year and a half ago would actually remember you and, is seeing a post about you on T. It just didn't make any sense. Like I was kind of like in my head, I was freaking out a little bit. I'm like, what's being said? And I'm not the type of person that really cares what other people think, but I was just like, what's being said about me online? So it kind of threw me off and I was like, hey, can you hop on a phone call? And she was like, no, just, if you're doing shitty things to women, like it's going to come out. And I was just like, this is crazy. This is pure craziness. So I think the T app is problematic for many reasons. If you're a guy who's about to go on a date with a girl and the girl asks the T app what the girl's experiences have been with you, there's really not many good answers that the girls could give. So let's just say if a girl says, oh, he was nice, but I didn't feel a connection. I didn't feel a spark. Well, the girl that's about to go on a date with you is as a byproduct going to be less attracted to you. Women generally want guys that other women want. And if a girl or multiple girls say that they didn't feel a spark, that's not good news for you as the guy. It basically means that women just don't find you that attractive. If a girl says that you were like an asshole or like really weird on the date, like a lot of girls that were legitimately interested in you just might not want to show up for the date. Women use other women as like cosigners to how much they're attracted to you in a lot of cases. And if a good number of women are giving you bad reviews, like less women are going to even want to show up on the date at that point. As another example, let's just say a girl posts that you suck in bed. Like a lot of women are going to see that as a huge turnoff and not want to meet you just because of this. They're not going to envision, a long-term relationship with you if girls are saying you suck in bed. And those are just some examples, and I guarantee you women definitely have posted that before without a doubt. I also think the T app can breed a lot of resentment and distrust of men in general, especially if women are using it to spread rumors about guys or just shitting on them for no reason. And I think in some cases, if the guy is legitimately a dangerous person or very shady character, it's 100% warranted that other women warn the girl about that guy. I think that's definitely a positive aspect of the app. If the app prevents the girls from meeting up with very sketchy men with bad intentions, then that's definitely a big plus for the app. And I'm not saying the app should be taken down. I'm just, highlighting some potential problems that a lot of guys are going to have on this, based on this app. Now, there are also some ways that being posted on the T app could actually play into your favor from like a pre-selection perspective. So if a lot of girls write that you're a player and aren't ready to commit, as crazy as it sounds, but a lot of women will become even more interested in you to see if they can be the woman to make you settle down with them. And I've actually experienced this, and I'll talk about that in another video. T also could cause women to make false accusations about a guy and potentially ruin that guy's dating life, potentially their career and whole life. A lot of women will do that. Let's just say you break up with a girl, you tell her, hey, I don't think this is working out. I want to see other people. I want to explore other options. Like, there are some very vindictive girls that could go on the T app and make really bad false accusations about you. And there's really nothing you can do because as a guy, you can't see what's being said about you. That's the scary part, is like, if a girl is making accusations about a guy, that guy can't defend himself. So there's all these accusations that are going on this app, and the guy can't even make his input and say, hey, this is false, this isn't true, or just even defend their actions. So that's what's crazy. So all these girls are making these accusations about these guys online, and the guy has no way of knowing. And that's very problematic in a lot of ways. And in my example, like, this girl was kind of vindictive by saying she would say that I'm flaky, which honestly it's very petty to do that, especially if, like, this is a girl I literally talked to a year and a half ago. But I guess it's not the worst thing to have said about you. There's far, far worse things that could be said. Like I said, a girl could have said that you suck in bed. A girl could have said that you're really weird and creepy, or a girl could have said that you're like a complete asshole. You made her uncomfortable. There's so many ways that this app will make girls not want to show up on a date with guys. Like, I'm calling it here. This app is going to make millions of women like flake on guys and like ghost them and not show up on dates. Like, without a doubt, I'm calling it here now, because I think this app is relatively new. But I also think it's a potential gold mine, and the smart lawyers will be on this trend in marketing themselves, as I think T is going to get super popular as time goes on, and more lawsuits are going to pop up. So I think you're going to see certain attorneys, probably younger attorneys that are kind of like more in tune with the younger dating market, that are going to be, making millions and millions of dollars from these lawsuits. Like, I'm calling it here. I'm calling it now. Well, that's my take on why the T app is bad news for men. If you've enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like. Feel free to comment down below, and feel free to subscribe. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care.